Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another HBCU Overdrive. I'm your host, Doc Holliday. And we're getting into announcements for today. For Friday, I'll introduce you to my very first candidate for Friday Flowers. She's a JSU alum, she's a mom, and she's also a boss in her own way. Also, on top of that, we'll talk about what Diddy did at the BET Awards, giving out donations towards Jackson State and Howard University. And later on down the pipeline, asking for doing more interviews. So if you know anybody that's doing interviews, that wants to do an interview with me, let them know. Let them know to get in contact with me at holiday1925@gmail.com, or they can hit me up on Twitter at HBCU_overdrive. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. So I want to give an introduction to the person that I'm interviewing today. She is the head women's basketball coach for Uapb. She is a mother. She is a trendsetter. She is a diva coach, and she's also one of them Reds. I give to y'all, Coach Dawn Thornton. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. I had to get that out there. Some people don't understand. They don't know about it, but I had to get that out there.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you for having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, how's the team going? How's the team looking like right now?
Well, today was our first workout, and so things pretty much where we needed them to be. Our young ladies are really, really excited about being back. It's just a lot of energy. And they've had an opportunity to get to know each other over these last few weeks as we, signing kids and stuff like that. So it's been good. Workouts today was good. We kind of keeping the training wheels on things and focusing a lot on the fundamentals so that kids can understand exactly what we're expecting them to do.
Okay, so let the world know about you. Tell everybody about yourself as far as where you're from and how you ended up at Uapb.
Well, I believe I had some type of audio issue, but I should be good right now. I think you asked me to let them know where I'm from.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
So I just want to let people know. I wanted to let people know where you're from and basically how you ended up at Uapb. Like, what was like your foundation and building blocks to how you ended up at Uapb?
Well, I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi, and born and raised there. I played basketball at Jackson State University. Finished there in 2005. I played for legendary Denise Taylor. She had just come in to the SWAC from coaching the Utah Stars in the WNBA. So that was a great experience for me. I'm a product of a junior college. I went JUCO for 2 years. So I had an opportunity to be able to come back home and play at home. And it was a no-brainer for me. So that was wonderful for me. I left there, started coaching the AAU program. And then that's kind of how I started. I really and truly got my foot in the door with coaching. So from there, I went to Tougaloo College. It's also in Jackson, Mississippi, a NAIA school. And I did 3 years there.
Tougaloo,
yeah. So I did 3 years. It is. Yeah, I did 3 years at Tougaloo. And then I left there and went to Prairie View. And I was at Prairie View for 6 years, 3 as an assistant and 3 as a head coach. And then, when we was at Prairie View in the 6 years that I was there, we won 4 tournament championships, 4 in a row, which, we still hold a record for that. But and I left there and I went to Shorter University in Rome, Georgia. I was a head coach there. Small stint there for a year before I got a call to go to Jacksonville University there as an associate head coach for 1 year. And then I got a call about coming back to the conference. I'm a product of an HBCU. My husband is a product of an HBCU. I love everything that our school stands for. And it just felt like the right situation for my family and I to come back here.
Okay. So you said you went to Jackson State. I did too. I went there from 1997 to 2001. So I was there before you. Nice. I was there before you got there. So my whole thing is, on for your team? Like, what are the insights and what is the main goal for your basketball team?
I got up and we live and it's okay. I gotta fly. I'm in my car and I gotta fly. It's wearing me out. I'm so sorry. It's wearing me out. I'm trying to get him out of here. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, he's gone now. I'm saying, okay, I'm good. Sorry about that. So, I think that we had a really good year last year, to be absolutely honest with you. We started the season off very hot, beating Southern Miss and Tulane and southeastern Missouri. Played really, really, really close with the University of Miami and Central Arkansas. We had a great year last year. Going to conference right before the start of conference, and we end up having some COVID issues the earlier part of January, and then we end up having some injuries. So, a lot of people, no disrespect to any other team in our conference, a lot of people didn't know that throughout the whole time of our SWAC play, we never really had our whole team. The whole team that played in the preseason for us. So one thing that, to answer your question, one thing that I wanted to make sure that we were very intentional about was bringing depth to the roster. And that's what we did. So we signed 11 players this year. Actually, the young lady that we just signed makes 12. So we signed 12 new players this year, which we're really, really passionate, excited about. Winning out all transfers, but brought in one freshman. And my freshman by far can hold her own weight. So we're excited about having Empress Roberts here with us. But I think that's depth. If anybody want to know what's the secret or what we're going to have this year, what's going to separate us from this season, from last season for our program, is we'll have depth at every position.
And that was another question I was about to get into as far as the recruiting goes. So how has the transfer portal been? Like, how has it treated you so far?
Oh, I live and die by it. We brought in 9 transfers last year, had a wonderful season last year, bringing in 12 this year. 11 transfers this year, 1 freshman. The portal is good. I think the biggest thing that you have to do as a coach is making sure that you go in and make sure you're bringing in the right kids and the kids that's going to do the right things for your program and be a great representation for the university. So that's something that we really and truly focus on, and I think we got it right.
Okay, and the main question people want to know is how are you gonna put UAPB back on the map as far as with SWAC basketball, SWAC play?
Well, one thing about it is that the attention is there. I think the excitement is there. We were one of the only teams I thought that played Jackson, that we matched up very well with Jackson State University. Playing Jackson here, we were ahead majority of the whole game when we played at home, and then the last 6 minutes they kind of made a run on us. But we played Jackson without our returning newcomer of the year, Khadijah Brown. Khadijah never got to play against Jackson, and she's our 6'3" post player. So, what the outcome would have been different, we don't know. It may have been, may not sure. But the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzle are there. Everything is there. One thing that I think that Jackson does that has that they're known for right now is they have that winning culture. So, we're just trying to make sure that we can put a group of young women together that understand and that's bought into the product, into the brand of UAPB. And that's what we've done. The winning will come. And what we've done here since I've been here in 3 years, we had the best record this year that we've had in the last 12 years. And then having 3 big preseason wins. No other school in the conference did that this year. It's there. And with the signings that we have, we have 2 5-star athletes on our team, a 4-star athlete on our team, and a 3-star athlete on our team. No other person in the conference have that. So, we're right here. We're right there at it.
Hold on 1 second. I got to take care of something. Something I should have took care of. Yeah, do not disturb. I do not need nobody calling me, especially my mama. She'll be like, "Ooh, baby, you on the interview? You on YouTube and stuff? Oh, that's my baby." But I mean, sometimes I get sidetracked on doing stuff like this. In fact, you're my second interview that I have done since I started my channel.
Okay.
And hopefully I'm trying to get more because I'm trying to branch this whole thing out. But get back on track. So here's one interesting thing. Your husband is over at Grambling, and he's the defensive coordinator for the football team at UA Pine Bluff. So how do y'all intertwine? How do y'all connect as far as him being there and you being in Pine Bluff?
It's really a beautiful thing. Do we want to be able to have the luxury to come home and get on each other's nerves every day? Absolutely, we do. But it's beautiful because I get an opportunity to support him when it's his season in football with, August, September, October. We start off in November, and when we have days that are available, being that I'm a head coach, I can kind of plan my schedule around his football schedule. And then when his season is over, now he can come and support and be here with us. And like now, I mean, I'm actually at work right now at the gym, and he's in the gym watching our kids work out right now. So we do a really good job of balancing out our schedule, making sure that we make time for each other.
And so how did that play about as far as when he was at Alcorn? When he was at Alcorn, he was at Pine Bluff. How did that kind of manage out right there?
Well, when he was at Alcorn, we were probably about an hour and a half further away from each other, but it was the same thing. The distance was the only thing that was the most challenging part of it. But there was still a lot of times that we just kind of made some things work. We just made it work. It didn't bother us, and he's very supportive of me. And you would think that somebody would have to make the sacrifice to say that, hey, I'm not coaching anymore, but he supports me in everything that I do, and that's my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. And I would honestly say I'm the same with him. But you know what? He'll say all the time. He'll say, I don't ever want to work with you at the same place. Like, why? Why would you say that?
That's that black love right there, man. My wife, she be the same way. She supports me doing this right here. I support her in doing whatever she has planned, what she got going on, and kind of crazy. Even though we stay in the same house, we still support each other and we still love each other because of the fact that we have a foundation and y'all have a foundation too. And so you don't really see stuff like that, especially, in the coaching ranks. So you don't see like that, especially with the black love right there. So I applaud that. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And so another question I had was, knowing that you are just stay alone, the impact of what Coach Reed said after the team played LSU in the tournament. What are your thoughts about what she said, and what kind of impact you think it would bring to the whole conference, not just to Jackson, not just to Uapb, but to the conference as a whole?
Coach Reed has done a phenomenal job at Jackson, really and truly taking that program back to what it used to be, the powerhouse of women's basketball that it used to be. She's done some things, winning back-to-back championships. And I don't know, even when I played there, we won a championship in 2002, but I don't know if it was ever been a situation where they've been back-to-back. So her having an opportunity to do that has been phenomenal for that program. And what she said, about breaking down barriers and being able to now stand up to the table to show people that our schools are enough. We have what it takes in order to be successful. I thought, she gave us a voice, being able to say the things that need to be said. And they did a wonderful job representing this conference in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And that game really and truly should have been won. They should have won that game. But
I believe so.
It's difficult when you're in those situations because you almost have to have a perfect game to take it out of the officials' hands. And I thought that down the stretch, it came a few plays where, you just say you had to either make a play or the officials make the play for you. And I think that kind of happened a few times down in the stretch. But she's done a really good job of being a voice for this conference. It's something that we need and continue to have coaches that's going to stand up to demand the things that they think that's important for us.
And I've seen a couple of the games that y'all were in, especially when I played Jackson the second time around. I think that was in Jackson, where you pretty much took post players. You took them basically try to spread them out where they won't dog you down as far as doing rebounding, blocking shots and stuff like that. And you also said that your main post player didn't play that game. What was the things in that game that you felt like could have went the other way?
Well, one thing that Jackson does a really good job of is rebounding. All right. And so, although I thought that we matched up pretty well with Amisha, I don't think that was a bad thing that, that I think that matchup, we were really, really good with the scout report. We wanted to bring her out of the paint, stretch her some. And I think us missing my post player, Khadijah Brown, she's a 15-foot mid-range jump shot. She shoots a three. She drives it from the high post. I think that type of thing. And there was no other post player in our conference who has Khadijah's game. So I thought that would have been something we were looking really, really forward to, that matchup. However, in the stretch, Jackson takes shots. They come up with rebound putbacks. That's what separates them from everybody in this conference. Those guards are rebounding guards 1 through 5. Everybody has to be able to rebound. So I thought that our game plan was pretty solid, even matching up with them for the first round of the SWAC tournament. That was something that we look forward to. We thought that, the momentum at that point would have been in our favor. We had everybody back but one player, which was the post player at that time. So we thought that, hey, we worked on some things with our other post players to get them where we thought that they needed to be. And I thought that we matched up with them. But yet again, with us being who we are and what we've done and what we've accomplished, we're the same team that came out for 3 wins the year before last. So that just goes to show you how much we're growing and really and truly putting things in place to take this program to a different level.
Yeah, and I feel like when you take over a program that didn't have that type of success at back then, and you bring it out of the doldrums and bring them back up to some sort of prominence, I think that basically gives the conference that boost that we need as far as for when it comes to selection to the NCAA tournament, especially playing your out of conference games, or even playing out of conference games, winning them out of conference games, or even if you can't win them, it being close. So I feel like that gives our conference, that gives the SWAC that much added boost that we need. So whenever Selection Sunday comes, like you have other teams, like let's just say for yourself, you might have 2 teams that come out of the conference. You never, sometimes you never know, but it's neither here or there. But I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good thing for that to come about because you never, I don't think that, never happened, especially with the women's game.
Yeah. I thought too, like I said, when we were playing in the preseason, all the polls had us pick to win conference based off the strength of schedule, what we did, like I said, in the preseason. So I thought that was something that really and truly gave us momentum. But one thing that it did do, it increases the branding of our university. It continues, ticket sales started to go up. So marketing and visibility to the conference is something that we were able to add. So all of those things are still like, positive things that we could take after having the type of season that we had last year.
And so how does the, what's the word I'm looking for? The outcome of what you had in the season, how y'all performed during the season, how does that reverberate towards like other sports, like men's basketball, like football? How does it like come around in full circle?
Well, we have some good coaches here on this campus. We just hired a new men's basketball coach who came in and just completed his first year here. And so, and even our football coach, a lot of people that work here are really passionate. Coaches that work here are really passionate about what they do and wanting to make UAPB something special, something that's never happened before. So everybody is really, really bought in. Everybody supports each other other teams support us, the players, the faculty and staff, janitors, security guards. It's a village, and it's a great place to be because everybody is. It just feels like home, and so it's something that we continue to try to build, to continue to support each other because it's a competitive nature even from coaches. Like, our volleyball team did a wonderful job last year and the year before last, and so we kind of like, hey y'all, we don't want volleyball being the only team that's winning. We want to be able to win too. So I think that it builds up that camaraderie amongst colleagues and coaches also.
Okay. And so now, this is the main question that everybody wants to know. Everybody wants me to ask. Why do they call you the Diva coach?
Well, ever since I started playing college basketball, I used to always like put on makeup and do my face and stuff. Cheryl Swoops used to play with like this lipstick on and all this other stuff. So
I remember that.
I used to put on like the blue eyeshadow when I was at Jackson State and all this other stuff. And so, the honest truth is, one day I sat down and I talked with Van Chancellor. I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Van Chancellor. He was just got through coaching in the WNBA for the Houston Comets, and he was actually at LSU as the head women's basketball coach at LSU. Well, he was talking to me, and I was at Tougaloo at the time, and he was talking to me about just understanding that I was a brand, and everything that I did and everything that I was going to do in this profession, people are going to be watching me. Kids are going to be watching me. Parents are going to be watching me. When I go sit in someone's house, parents are going to be looking at me as the head of the program. And he talked about Joni Crenshaw Taylor. It was Joni Crenshaw at the time. Joni is the head women's basketball coach at Texas A&M. And he just talked about how she carried herself as a Black female, as a Black woman, a strong Black woman. And I did, and she's just so eloquently, just her presence is just so eloquently done. It's just seamless. And so for me, I just pledged, just like cross and Delta Sigma Theta. And I said, well, you have these deltas, these divas and all this other stuff. I embraced that. And I always wanted to carry myself in the highest regards. I wanted parents to be able to see me and know that their child, their daughter, would have somebody like a mother figure, but also, somebody that they could look up to, that may want to dress like, or may want to be able to talk like, or maybe wanting to accomplish some of those same things that I've done, knowing my story. So that's just kind of something that I embrace. I always kind of, I think Dion said, you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good, you play good, you pay good. So that was something that's always been embedded in my mind. And so I just embraced it. I'm 6'2.5". And my whole life, when I was in high school and middle school, I never embraced being tall. I was always like, trying to be down in the shell. And so I learned to stand tall and be beautiful and be who I am. And I just embraced it and went from there. And I didn't name myself. Other people named me. So that's how I got it.
Okay. Because like you and Coach Sydney Carter over at Texas A&M, y'all are trendsetters in the women's basketball game. It's you, her, and Coach Reed. I feel like y'all are like trendsetters because, watching the game against, LSU, you see Coach Reed coming out with the Versace shirt on, like she was fly. Yeah, she broke it out like, hey, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang and look good look good doing it. So y'all three to me are like the trendsetters for the women's basketball game as far as being coaches. So I do a couple of questions. So like, just rapid fire. So the first thing I'll say ask, like, what's your favorite genre of music?
Old school blues. I'm a blues fan. I play old school for my kids. My kids, we listen to, we was just listening to Cupid got a new song called Flex with a line dance. We was just line dancing today. So I'm an old girl. I'm old school.
Okay. So this go with college. Step shows or pageants?
That's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna go with the step shows.
Yeah, I'll go with the step shows. You won't catch me at a pageant unless somebody I know that I'm gonna support is in it. But I'll be at a step show full, like full fledged with my letters on and everything. You watching football or basketball?
I'm gonna go with basketball. Watching basketball for sure.
Okay. So
football is on basketball in my house though, but I'm gonna go with watching basketball.
So you kept up with the NBA?
Well, let me say this. Let me back. I'm lying. I'm gonna go football because I don't watch the NBA until playoff time because I don't feel like they're playing for real until it's the playoffs. I watch the WNBA, but for me with football, because my husband is old school, when he's here, football is always on in my house. My son is just starting to play flag football, so they on the screen learning plays. Football is watched more in my house, but I am gonna say, I love watching the WNBA.
Okay. Favorite football team?
The Saints, New Orleans Saints.
Okay. Well, Cowboys fan right here. And last one, Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram. I'm gonna go with Instagram.
Okay. I'm starting to get back more into Twitter, but I'm always on Instagram. I'm always on Facebook. I'm trying to get on Snapchat. TikTok was just so new to me. I'm still trying to learn how to do that too. So, keep myself occupied, and I go with what with the kids, with what my kids and go with. So I'm all over the place with the social media.
I understand.
So, well, I thank you for giving me this opportunity. I hope that this interview branches out my channel, but also branches out to have it to where you can get more people to pay attention to UAPB.
Thank you.
Do you have any last words or shout outs that you want to give out to?
No, I just thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. It means a lot to me. I wish you nothing but the best. And anytime you want me to stop by, I'd love to stop by.
All right, thank you. So I'm gonna get my shout out. I'm gonna get my shout outs to my wife because she's the one who told me to go ahead and do this. I'm also gonna give a shout out to my kids because without them, I won't be here and I won't be doing this for everybody. And with that being said, y'all have a good day and come back and tune in only on YouTube.
You too. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.